It's the companion of the late Cretaceous, the second last period of non-avian dinosaur supremacy. In North America and Asia, tyrannosaurs were the dominant predatory group. While we already talked about another apex tyrannosaur of the companion last time out, the Daspletosaurus, he also has a counterpart, the so-called dreadful lizard, Gorgosaurus. Gorgosaurus is an Albertosaurian tyrannosaurid with 8 to 9 meters or 26 to 30 feet in length and 2 to 3 metric tons in weight, making it the giant tyrannosaur. By the way, what do you guys think? At what point is a theropod a giant? Let's settle this debate. For me, it's a big theropod at 2 metric tons or more, a giant theropod at 3 metric tons or more, and a mega theropod at 5 metric tons or more. Anyways, back to Gorgo. Gorgosaurus is known from Paleontology and TV series, namely Sea Monsters, a Prehistoric Adventure from 2007, Dinosaur King, March of the Dinosaurs from 2011, Dinosauria, and most notably Walking with Dinosaurs 3D from 2013, where it's the main antagonist. Gorgosaurus lived in Campania, North America, and Montana, USA, and Alberta, Canada. Gorgosaurus libratus was named all the way back in 1914 with a very fitting name for a tyrannosaur, the dreadful lizard. The name is derived from the Greek word gorgos for fierce, dreadful or terrible, and of course sauros for lizard. The specific epithet libratus or balanced is the past participle of the Latin verb librare, meaning to balance. I'm gonna guess the authors, specifically Lawrence Lamb, couldn't comprehend how this animal balanced its giant head, since the animal was described in the early stages of the 20th century, with the biggest skull actually measuring 99 centimeters or 39 inches in length. Back then, theropod dinosaurs were portrayed with a quite vertical stance. However, as science progressed, we now know that these animals would have had a more horizontal body position, and not just standing around waiting for someone to make a photo in portrait mode. Tyrannosaurids specifically also possess enormous neck musculature to support their giant skull. The skull additionally also contains skull fenestrae to further lower skull weight. But what purpose does the skull even have? Well, if you have not been living under a rock, you know that tyrannosaurids put their evolution points all into being great biters, with reduced forelimbs most of the time, suddenly raising the question of bite force in Gorgosaurus. Gorgosaurus bite force estimates vary, with 2012 estimates by Giovanelli and Lane suggesting 22,000 to potentially 42,000 newtons. That would make Gorgosaurus the strongest biter in all of Tyrannosauroidea, compared to body size. However, new bite force estimates by Terrien and colleagues in 2021 proposed a maximum bite force of 12,200 newtons to 21,800 newtons for adult Albertosaurians. For the sake of this video, let's go with Sakamoto's estimates in 2022, estimating Gorgosaurus' anterior bite force at 6,480 newtons, and more importantly the posterior bite force at 13,817 newtons. Because of this still frankly enormous bite force, tyrannosaurids are often thought to have preyed on concurrent megafauna, namely hadrosaurs and ceratopsians. However, this can go vice versa too, at least for juvenile Gorgosaurus, as one individual that was deemed to be 5 to 7 years old seems to have preyed on the small Oviraptorosaur citypes. Famous paleontologist Thomas Holtz, who previously theorized that tyrannosaurs underwent a big dietary shift with maturation, said that the fossil looked like it was Thanksgiving, as the juvenile Gorgosaurus was mostly eating the legs of the chicken or turkey-esque citypes. Nice pun, Thomas. Anyways, aside from hadrosaurs, ceratopsians and oviraptorosaurs, there are many more dinosaurs that coexisted with Gorgosaurus, including some apex predators. In fact, Gorgosaurus would have been coexisting with Daspletosaurus, with several studies trying to explain their niche differentiation. While Daspletosaurus might have been better mechanically equipped for strength as a tyrannosaurian and thus have better chances against ceratopsians, both animals seem to have preyed on all of their contemporary megafauna, as there are also Daspletosaurus finds together with some hadrosaurs, already showing the overlap in diet. The only other difference in Gorgosaurus and Daspletosaurus' lifestyle seems to be the choice of habitat, as Gorgosaurus is more commonly found at northern latitudes, while Daspletosaurus prefers the terrain further south. While Daspletosaurus was a certified giant killer, there is one more stat that Albertosaurians leveled up quite well, that allowed them to niche partition with the Daspletosaurines. That is of course their speed. In a previous video of Albertosaurus, we used 30 km per hour or 18 miles per hour or more as a conservative velocity estimate for an adult animal. Since Gorgo is an Albertosaurine, we'll go for the same base speed estimates again, upwards of 30 km per hour or 18 miles per hour for an adult, while juvenile Gorgosaurus easily surpassed the 40 km per hour or 24 miles per hour mark. As previously mentioned, Gorgosaurus was distributed wide and far, with fossils having been found in the Dinosaur Park Formation in Alberta, the Two Medicine Formation of northwestern Montana and southern Alberta, and the Judith River Formation of Montana, showing Gorgosaurus would have encountered a plethora of Cretaceous animals. In the Two Medicine Formation there have been finds of ankylosaurs such as Edmontonia, a single avialan species, some ceratopsians including Ionosaurus and Styracosaurus, dromaeosaurs including Dromaeosaurus himself,
hello there,
and the troodontid Deinonychosaurus, several ornithopods the likes of Maiasaura and Orodromeus, a single Oviraptorosaur species, as well as 3 Tyrannosaurids including Daspletosaurus horneri, Daspletosaurus wilsoni and potentially Gorgosaurus libratus. The Dinosaur Park Formation includes invertebrates, fish, mammals, reptiles such as lizards, teenage mutant, just regular turtles, and the crocodilians Albertochampsa and Lydiosuchus alongside another unnamed taxon. Juristidae such as Champsosaurus and Steniogenes, Arstachypterosaurs such as Cryodracon, alongside another unidentified non-Arstachypterosaur, and Plesiosaurs such as Fluvionectus and an indeterminate short-necked polycotylid plesiosaur, as well as many dinosaurs such as the Ankylosaur Edmontonia, the Ceratopsian Centrosaurus, Chasmosaurus, Pentaceratops and Styracosaurus, the ornithopods Coryphosaurus, Lambeosaurus and Parasaurolophus, the Pachycephalosaurian Stegosaurus, the Ornithomimid, the Caenagnathed Oviraptorus or Citypes, the Raptor Dromaeosaurus, the Troodontid Latenivenatrix Pectinodon and Stenonychosaurus, as well as the Tyrannosaurids, the Spletosaurus, Gorgosaurus and many, many more. Now it gets really interesting because the Judith River Formation is known for amphibians, bony fish, a single stingray species, the Juristoda Champsosaurus, the crocodilians Brachychampsa and Dinosaurus hatcheri. This picture comes to mind.
Fucking hell, man, I'm finished.
Some lizards and many dinosaurs. The dinosaurs include the Ornithischian Lambeosaurine Coryphosaurus, the Ankylosaurus Edmontonia and Zool, the Ceratopsian Avaceratops and many more. Theropod dinosaurs. Gorgosaurus and Daspletosaurus, Dromaeosaurus and Sauronipholestes, the Hesperornis and many more. Because of the simple fact that Gorgosaurus is a giant tyrannosaur that coexisted with other tyrants plus giant crocodilians of its time, outperforming them in certain areas, as well as it being distributed among 3 popular dinosaur formations of Campanian North America, it is abundantly clear that this was a successful animal, a tyrannosaur that terrorized North America with its size, appearance and menacing bite. It truly showed us that the quantity of ferocity and mayhem North American tyrannosaurs caused is still unmatched. That's it for this video. Smash the thumbs up, the bell and the subscribe, as only legends do that, and I know you all are. I am also currently looking for an editor. If you want to join, just send an email to official.megaraptor@gmail.com. Add a YouTube link of an unlisted video of a 30 to 60 second clip using one of my voiceovers or even your own voiceover with some pictures and videos of the dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals talked about in the voiceover. I would also recommend adding some movement to the video, such as zooms, transitions and so on. You can add some memes for bonus points.
I'm different. I am the one that can see John Cena.
For more Megaraptor, there is also the German channel. Also check out Instagram for fitness motivation and inspiration, as I'm on a mission to help more people get fit. Furthermore, you can also check out Twitter to hear my thoughts on all kinds of dinosaur stuff. And with that, I wish you a splendid day or evening. Goodbye.